Welcome back to our channel. We're back with another interesting topic that will make you rethink what you know about the fruits and vegetables we eat on a daily basis. Today, our topic is the 10 biggest fruits and vegetables ever recorded. 10. Cabbage. Cabbages are a very common vegetable that we see almost every single day. They're a good part of salads, certain meals, and some people even like to eat them raw, as it does not pose any health risks to do that. This vegetable is not something you don't see a bit larger than usual at times, but they usually weigh up to 24 pounds at most. However, Scott Robb from Alaska had a cabbage grow to a whopping 138 pounds, which is a world record and something people had not seen before. Once the competitions are completed, the cabbages are donated to wildlife refuges for animals, so that makes it an even better story. 9. Watermelon. We've all seen watermelons that are a bit bigger than what we usually see, but they're often no bigger than 20 or 30 kilograms. Christopher Kent from the United States has a completely different story, as he grew a watermelon that was not a gram shorter than a whopping 159 kilograms. It's unbelievable to hear it, and he rightfully holds the world record to this day that began in the year of 2013. When asked how he feels about this, he said that he loved growing plants ever since he was a kid, and always took a keen interest in watermelons since they are very good with growing to heavy weights. He surely made the right choice. 8. Onion. Onions are a vegetable that we all hold in our hands. Even their biggest size fits perfectly in our hands. However, British gardener Tony Glover grew an 18-pound onion that is approximately 25 times larger than an average onion. Tony believed that he could set a world record with the right amount of effort, and it surely worked out for the best. Prideful of his victory, he says he will try to beat his own record and come back for more, so we're certainly going to keep an eye out for that. 7. Marrow. Looking at other vegetables and fruits on the list, you probably did not expect to see something as tall as a human being, but this marrow is about to change your mind. In the United Kingdom, 70-year-old Ken Dade brought a 65-kilogram marrow to a gardening show and set a world record that is still unbeaten to this day. It's not a very pretty thing to look at, but it certainly has incredible nutrients for those willing to eat it. You want to see what the next plant is, and so do we, but please take a moment to like our video and subscribe to the channel for a moment, as it greatly supports us into making more of these entertainingly informative videos for you. Now, let's jump to the next number. 6. Leek. It's nothing unheard of that people often set world records that have never been broken afterwards. But this is a rare case where the person broke his own record for the biggest leek ever grown. 57-year-old Paul Rochester grew a leek that is 10.5 kilograms heavy. Paul says that his father taught him an important tip that contributed to him growing the massive leek, and that tip is to play the Leek Glenn Miller music. Whether it's a joke or the truth, the leek has good taste in music. 5. Sweet potato. Who doesn't love potatoes? There's no fries without them, and there's no happiness in the world without fries. But this sweet potato shocked everyone because a family in South Carolina accidentally grew the largest sweet potato in the world. It weighs 18.2 pounds, which is an unbelievable weight for potatoes, as usually you need multiples of them to make even a single pound. And it broke the previous record by nearly 6 whole pounds. Now let's make fries out of this like any smart person would. 4. Beet. Root-based beets are surely not as small as a lemon, but they're still not a vegetable that is known for its size, and it's usually about as big as a normal carrot. However, a YouTuber called Jake Mace accidentally grew one of the biggest beets ever recorded by simply keeping it in his garden and letting it grow. That's right, this record was achieved without intent or extra effort. If only we all get this lucky. 3. Tomato. The state of Minnesota is known for having short growing seasons for tomatoes. So out of all the places in the country you can expect a large tomato in, this is certainly not one of them. However, Dan McCoy planted a special seed called Big Zack that is known to grow large tomatoes, and ended up breaking the current world record by a complete pound. This 8.41-pound tomato is massive and definitely not something you'd see every day. 2. Mango. The Philippines is known for many things, and their amazing quality of mangoes is one of them. So it's surely not a surprise that in 2010, a couple grew the world's biggest mango in their farm, which is 30 centimeters in length and 50 centimeters in width. Their government rewarded them with a lot of money, respect, and used the fruit as a sign of pride that proves they don't need chemicals to enhance the growth of their fruits and vegetables. 1. Avocado. If fruits and vegetables had success stories with a bit of survival, this avocado is the thing that comes the closest to that concept. In 2019, a Hawaiian family realized that they unintentionally grew the world's largest recorded avocado, which beat the previous world record by a single ounce. What makes this avocado even more special, though, is the fact that this 5.6-pound beast was pulled out of the ground twice before being put back in, which would normally stop the development, as it's like pulling a plug. As weird as it may be to say this, the story of this avocado is oddly inspirational. That wraps up our list for the 10 biggest fruits and vegetables ever recorded. It's natural to expect fruits and vegetables to sometimes be bigger than they usually are, but these world records are just unbelievable to look at, as most of these plants can feed an entire family for days. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and press the bell icon for immediate updates for our future content. Don't shy away from letting us know what you wish to see next, too, as we'll try our best to follow on demand. We'll see you next time.